Have you ever wondered why some people walk through chaos and still remain calm, while others get crushed by the smallest challenges? It's not luck, and it's not ignorance. It's the mastery of the mind. Buddhism teaches us that the real battle is not with the outside world, but with the storms inside us. And here's the shocking truth. Once you master these inner principles, nothing can affect you. Not stress, not negativity, not even toxic people. In today's world, where distractions pull us in 1,000 directions, these Buddhist principles are like hidden superpowers. They don't just make you calmer, they make you untouchable. Imagine walking into a stressful job interview and feeling no fear. Imagine people insulting you, yet your peace remains unshaken. Imagine carrying an energy so powerful that negativity simply bounces off you. This is not fantasy. It's the wisdom of ancient Buddhist masters, passed down for centuries, but hidden from most of us. And today, you're about to learn them, step by step. Stay with me until the end, because these 10 principles will change the way you see yourself, the way you see the world, and most importantly, the way the world reacts to you. If you apply even one of these, your life will transform. But if you master all 10, you'll live with an aura so unshakable that nothing, absolutely nothing, will affect you. So, let's begin. 1. The power of non-attachment. The very first principle that can make you untouchable is non-attachment. Now, don't misunderstand this. Non-attachment does not mean you stop loving people or enjoying life. It means you stop clinging to things as if your happiness depends on them. Think about it. Most of our pain comes from trying to hold on to something that is always changing. Money, relationships, fame, comfort. You finally get the car you've always wanted, but soon it doesn't feel as exciting. You fall in love, but the moment that person acts differently, your peace vanishes. Why? Because your happiness was tied to something outside of you. Non-attachment is about shifting your power back inside. Imagine this. If you enjoy your job, great. But if tomorrow the job disappears, you still remain calm. If someone praises you, you smile. But if someone criticizes you, you don't collapse. You stop being a puppet pulled by the strings of the outside world. Here's a simple image. Picture holding water in your hand. If you try to squeeze and control it, it slips away. But if you hold it gently, it stays with you. Life is the same way. Hold it lightly, and you'll be free to enjoy it without fear of losing it. The Buddha taught that attachment is the root of suffering. And when you let go, you don't lose love or joy. You discover a deeper peace that nothing can touch. People may come and go, fortunes may rise and fall, but your mind remains unshaken. This is the secret of true freedom. When you stop clinging, the world no longer controls you. You become untouchable. 2. The principle of impermanence. The second principle that shields you from being shaken by life is impermanence. The understanding that everything changes. Nothing in this world stays the same. Not your emotions, not your possessions, not even your body. Yet most of our suffering comes from pretending things are permanent. Think about it. You feel happy and you want that happiness to last forever, but it doesn't. You feel pain and you think it will never end, but it does. Both joy and sorrow rise and fall like waves on the ocean. The problem is, we get attached to the wave instead of remembering the ocean beneath it. Impermanence can sound scary at first, but it's actually the most liberating truth. When you understand it, you stop clinging to things and people as if they'll never change. Instead, you start appreciating them more deeply because you know they're precious and temporary. A blooming flower is beautiful because it doesn't last forever. Impermanence also gives hope. If you're going through suffering right now, know this. It will pass. Just as no storm lasts forever, no pain remains unchanged. The darkest night always turns into dawn. This principle reminds you that nothing has the power to trap you permanently. When you live with the awareness of impermanence, life becomes lighter. Success doesn't make you arrogant because you know it won't last forever. Failure doesn't crush you because you know it too will pass. You stop fighting change and instead you flow with it. The Buddha taught, All conditioned things are impermanent. The moment you accept this, you stop being shocked by life. Change no longer scares you, it empowers you. And once you embrace this principle, nothing can shake your peace. 3. Mastering detachment from ego. The third principle is detachment from ego, and this one is a game changer. The ego is that little voice in your head that says, I need to be right. I deserve more. How dare they treat me like that? It's the mask we wear, built from pride, fear, and the need for approval. And here's the problem. When you live through the ego, everything becomes personal. Think about it. Someone criticizes you at work, and instead of hearing feedback, your ego feels attacked. A stranger gives you a dirty look, and your ego tells you, they don't respect me. You fail at something, and your ego screams, I'm worthless. This constant battle drains your peace and makes you vulnerable to every little thing. But Buddhism teaches that you are not your ego. You are something much deeper. Imagine the sky filled with clouds. The ego is just one of those clouds, loud, stormy, demanding attention. But you are the vast sky itself, untouched, unshaken, always present. When you detach from ego, insults don't burn you anymore because they don't define you. Failures don't crush you because they are just experiences, not your identity. Even praise doesn't control you because you no longer crave validation to feel whole. You become free from the constant rise and fall of self-image. And here's the twist. When you let go of ego, you actually become stronger. People respect you more, not because you demand it, but because humility carries a power that arrogance never can. The Buddha taught that clinging to ego is the root of suffering. When you release it, you step into your true self. A self that no criticism, no failure, no rejection can ever touch. That's when you become unshakable. 4. The practice of mindfulness. The fourth principle that makes you untouchable is mindfulness, the art of being fully present in this very moment. Sounds simple, right? But think about how most of us actually live. We eat while scrolling through our phones, walk while replaying old arguments, and lie awake at night worrying about a future that hasn't even arrived. Our bodies are here, but our minds are everywhere else. This constant mental wandering is why small problems become mountains. When someone says something rude, instead of letting it pass, your mind replays it 50 times. When you think about tomorrow's challenges, your mind creates fear before anything has even happened. Without mindfulness, your own thoughts become your biggest enemies. Mindfulness is the opposite. It's the practice of bringing your full attention to the present moment, whether you're eating, walking, or simply breathing. When you train your mind to be here, now, problems lose their power. An insult becomes just sound. A worry about the future dissolves, because in this very second, nothing is wrong. Buddha compared the untrained mind to a wild monkey, jumping from thought to thought, never resting. But mindfulness is how you tame that monkey. Every time you bring your attention back to your breath, your steps, or your surroundings, you build inner strength. And here's the magic. Mindfulness doesn't just calm you, it makes you unshakable. You no longer drown in regrets of the past or fears of the future. Instead, you live with clarity, focus, and peace. Stress may knock on your door, but it can't come inside. The present moment is the only place where true freedom exists. Master mindfulness, and nothing outside of you will ever steal your peace again. 5. The wisdom of compassion. The fifth principle that protects you from being shaken by life is compassion. Now, most people hear the word and think compassion is just about being nice or soft. But in Buddhism, compassion is actually a form of power. Why? Because when you understand others deeply, you stop letting their negativity control you. Think about it. Someone insults you. Normally the ego reacts, anger rises, and suddenly their words have power over your emotions. But with compassion, instead of seeing them as an enemy, you see their suffering. A happy person doesn't go around spreading hate. Only someone in pain does. When you look at them through compassion, their insult feels less like an attack and more like a cry for help. This shift changes everything. Compassion doesn't make you weak. It makes you invincible. Imagine walking through life with this mindset. No matter what people throw at you, you respond with understanding instead of reaction. Their negativity loses its grip on you instantly. Compassion also extends to yourself. Many people are harsh on themselves, blaming, criticizing, judging. But Buddhism teaches that true strength comes when you treat yourself with the same kindness you'd give a friend. Self-compassion keeps you balanced, even when you fail, because you no longer drown in guilt or shame. Here's the truth. Compassion is like armor for the heart. It protects you, not by hardening you, but by softening you in a way that negativity cannot penetrate. Instead of carrying the poison of anger or revenge, you release it and rise above. Buddha said, "Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love." When you live with compassion, you rise beyond the storm, and when nothing can touch your heart, nothing can shake your peace. 6. The art of letting go. The sixth principle that makes you untouchable is letting go. Most people think strength comes from holding on tightly, holding on to relationships, grudges, expectations, or even the image of who they think they should be. But in Buddhism, true strength is the ability to release. Think about how much we carry every day. The person who betrayed you 5 years ago, the argument you keep replaying in your mind, the mistakes you wish you hadn't made. Each one is like a heavy stone in your backpack. No wonder life feels exhausting. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing not to let those stones weigh you down anymore. Here's a simple truth. The tighter you hold on to something, the more it controls you. If you hold on to anger, it burns you more than the person you're angry at. If you cling to an expectation, disappointment crushes you when reality doesn't match. But when you let go, you free yourself. You take your power back. Buddha compared holding on to anger to grabbing a hot coal. You're the one who gets burned. Letting go is like finally dropping that coal. Suddenly your hands are free. Your heart is lighter and your mind is clear. And here's the magic. Letting go doesn't mean losing. In fact, it creates space for new things to enter your life. New peace, new opportunities, new joy. Imagine releasing the weight of grudges and regrets. Imagine how light you would feel. That's freedom. When you master the art of letting go, nothing can trap you. No insult, no heartbreak, no failure can chain you down. You become like water, flowing, moving, unstoppable. And in that flow, nothing outside of you can ever shake your inner calm. 7. The discipline of inner silence. The seventh principle that makes you untouchable is inner silence. In our modern world, we are surrounded by constant noise, notifications, conversations, opinions, and even our own restless thoughts. But Buddhism teaches that the real power lies not in reacting to the noise, but in finding stillness within. Think about it. How many times have you overreacted because you spoke too soon or acted out of impulse? Maybe you fired off a message in anger or made a decision out of fear, only to regret it later. That's what happens when the mind is noisy. But when you cultivate inner silence, you create space between what happens and how you respond. And that space is pure power. Inner silence doesn't mean shutting the world out. It means not letting the world invade your peace. It's the ability to sit with yourself without distraction and listen to the quiet wisdom that's always inside you. When you practice meditation or mindful breathing, you're training your mind to return to silence no matter how loud life gets. Here's the secret. Silence makes you unshakable because it prevents outside chaos from becoming inner chaos. An insult comes your way. Instead of reacting immediately, you pause. A stressful situation arises. Instead of panicking, you breathe. That tiny pause is the difference between losing control and mastering yourself. Buddha once said, "Peace comes from within, do not seek it without." And this peace is born in silence. When you live from that place, you're no longer pulled by every argument, every drama, every distraction. You carry a stillness that nothing can disturb. Inner silence is not emptiness, it's strength. And once you master it, the world may roar around you, but inside, you remain as calm as a mountain. 8. The strength of patience. The eighth principle that makes you untouchable is patience. Now, patience is often misunderstood. People think it means sitting around and doing nothing. But in Buddhism, patience is actually a superpower. It's the ability to stay calm and steady even when life doesn't move at your pace. Look at how we live today. We want instant results, instant success, instant healing. The moment things don't happen quickly, frustration takes over. But here's the truth. Impatience is what makes problems feel bigger than they are. The traffic jam isn't the problem. It's your mind saying, this shouldn't be happening. The delay in your goals isn't the problem. It's your mind demanding speed. Buddha taught that patience burns away anger and frustration like water cooling fire. When you practice patience, you stop being a slave to time. You accept that things unfold in their season, just as flowers bloom when they're ready, not when you shout at them. Patience also gives you unshakable strength in relationships. Instead of reacting to someone's bad mood, you hold your peace. Instead of lashing out in arguments, you wait, you breathe, and you respond with wisdom instead of anger. This is how patience turns you into someone others cannot provoke. Think of patience like armor. Life throws delays, failures, and tests at you. But when you wear the armor of patience, nothing pierces you. You don't crumble at slow progress. You trust the process. You don't fall apart when things take time. You endure. The most powerful people are not those who rush. They are those who wait without breaking. Patience gives you quiet confidence because you know that everything comes in its time. And when you master it, nothing, not waiting, not delays, not failures, can shake your peace. 9. The power of detachment from outcomes. The ninth principle that makes you untouchable is detachment from outcomes. Most of our stress comes not from the actions we take, but from obsessing over how things will turn out. We study hard, but worry about the grades. We work hard, but panic about success. We love deeply, but fear rejection. The outcome becomes a prison, and we hand over our peace to something we cannot control. Buddhism teaches, focus on the action, not the result. This doesn't mean you stop caring about your goals. It means you give your best effort and then release the need to control what happens next. Imagine planting a seed. You can water it, nurture it, and give it sunlight, but you can't force it to grow overnight. If you obsess over the outcome, you suffer. But if you focus on the act of caring, you enjoy peace at every step. Detachment from outcomes frees you from fear and disappointment. If things go your way, wonderful. If they don't, you learn and move forward. Either way, your inner balance is not destroyed. This is why athletes, artists, and even monks perform at their best when they stop clinging to results. They enter a flow state where effort is joyful and outcomes become secondary. When you live this way, nothing can shake you. Success doesn't inflate your ego, and failure doesn't break you. Both are just experiences on your path. The Buddha said, "Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. The present is where your actions live. The future is just a shadow. When you detach from outcomes, you reclaim your peace, and no external win or loss can ever control you again." 10. The secret of unshakable inner power. The final principle is the one that ties everything together: unshakable inner power. This isn't about muscles, money, or status. It's about the strength that comes from mastering your own mind. When you have this kind of power, nothing external can control you. Most people give away their power without realizing it. They let other people's opinions decide how they feel. They let failures define their worth. They let fear stop them from moving forward. But Buddhism teaches that true power comes when you realize everything you need is already within you. Inner power is built through daily practice. Every time you choose patience over anger, you build power. Every time you let go of the past instead of clinging, you build power. Every time you face fear but keep moving forward, your inner strength grows. It's like training a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger you get. And here's the truth. When you carry inner power, people feel it. You don't need to shout, prove, or fight for respect. Your calm confidence speaks louder than words. Challenges no longer break you, they shape you. Pain no longer destroys you, it transforms you. The Buddha said, "No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path." This is inner power, realizing you are the master of your mind, the guardian of your peace, the builder of your destiny. When you unlock this secret, you become unstoppable. The world can test you, shake you, even wound you, but it can never control you. That is the power of a truly unshakable life. So now you know the 10 Buddhist principles that can make you completely unshakable. From letting go of attachments to mastering patience. From practicing mindfulness to unlocking your inner power. These aren't just ideas, they are tools. Tools that can protect your peace, no matter what life throws your way. The truth is, the outside world will never stop being unpredictable. People will still gossip, challenges will still appear, and life will still test you. But when you master these teachings, you stop being tossed around like a leaf in the wind. Instead, you stand like a tree, rooted, calm, and powerful. And here's the most beautiful part. When nothing can affect you, you become a light for others. People will wonder why you don't break under pressure, why you don't react to negativity, why you seem so calm in the middle of storms. That's when they'll realize you've tapped into wisdom most people never discover. If you found value in this, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend, spread this wisdom, and help more people live unshakable lives. And of course, hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell, because more life-changing teachings are coming your way. Your power is within. Guard it, grow it, and let nothing shake it.